What it is, Daniacs. And I'm going to jump in here and do a little reaction to Durante's live today. He shouted me out a couple times, not going to lie. My narcissism likes that. I'm just being honest with y'all, okay? I'm just being honest. That's what we're here for, the authentic expression, okay? So, now a little backstory with me and Durante is first time I ever saw Durante or heard of him was I used to frequent a atheist morning show, the Daily Atheist Morning Show, hosted by Chris Mallard, aka Chris Black, and I was the token theist for in that chat for close to a year, probably like 10 months or something for a while. And now Chris ended up breaking up with me, and it's real simple. I am a troll. I'm a troll, y'all, but I'm a troll with the code, god damn it. If you tell me fuck the fuck off, I don't want you on my channel or in my chat or any kind of blatant, overt, unwelcoming, I'm out. I am out. I ain't got time to be where I'm not wanted. I just don't. So Chris ended up telling me, you can stay here, but you can't be yourself if you stay here. I'm like, well, see, that's the thing, is I'm gonna be myself no matter where the fuck I go. And life's just too damn short, and there's too many goddamn places to be, and there's too many other channels to frequent. Because, I mean, there are, I don't even want to guess at the number. There's fucking a million channels or something, and I'm just guessing, but that's probably close. There is a fuck ton of channels. Now, a lot of the channels get totally ignored. So the percentage of channels that actually get views is smaller than that for sure, because the algorithm helps some people and it totally ignores other people. Now, the people it helps is a minority, and the people it ignores is a majority. And I'm part of that majority that it ignores. But see, the thing is, I don't let the algorithm hijack my expression. I don't let the algorithm co-opt my expression. I'm not down with that shit, motherfucker. Nah, I do me. This is Dane's world, motherfucker. This is Dane's channel. This ain't YouTube's channel using Dane as a fucking condom, as a condom mouthpiece. Nah, nigga, nah. So I do what I want up in this motherfucker. I post what I want when I want. And honestly, it's only a handful of subjects I cover, but it's not just one. I couldn't do it if it was just one. And people say, well, you got to niche down. And I actually do have niche channels. All right, so I first saw Durante on Chris Mallard's morning show, right? And for a long time, it was just Chris. And he said, hey, y'all, I finally found some awesome co-hosts. It was Durante Lamar and Ryan Coltastic. She is an ex-Jehovah's Witness. And they were both cool. Now, a little bit about Chris. He's mostly cool, but he's got some anger issues. And we all do. Let's not lie, we all do. And I can respect that about Chris, because as a man, it is a man's jobs to set boundaries. So I will absolutely not hold it against a man for setting the boundaries and creating the environment they want. And if I'm not a part of their vision for that environment, that's cool. So let's get all up in this shit now, Nyoko.
Jumps just because it feeds an agenda that they've already attached themselves to, and that's scaring the hell out of me. Because then, now there's a whole bunch of grown adults who are purposefully looking for photos from the Epstein files and circulating them on social media. And I'm like,
so looking for them is one thing. The circulating them thing is a whole different thing.
whoa. There is a fine line between concern and compulsory behavior. Because now I'm like, ooh, this is getting scary, man. It's reactionary. And it's like, if my child was in any of those pictures, you sharing them to prove some type of political point is mind-blowing. And how we can shortcut that and skip right all over that and say, no, I'm really doing this because I care about these families. And it's like, you're a fucking liar. You don't care about those girls. You don't care about those families. All you care about is the latest round of gossip, and you'll spread it even if it spreads further dehumanization. Again, like I watch people do it with the Obama's clip. I'm like, okay, yeah, so some kook creates this video. Yes, call it out, decry racism, but who are you helping by sharing the video? Because I love President Obama. Look what they did to him. Oh, you ain't no friend of mine. If that's my family, and somebody put me and my family in a video with 8 faces, and you tell them, oh, look at what they just did to my best friend Durante. Make sure y'all share this far and wide. You are no longer critically thinking. You are so caught up in the sauce that you're operating off of hate. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. But these are things I'm like, no, I thought we were the good guys. And of course, that was my own superstition. We ain't no good guys. There's only good work. Ooh, those are bars. You know?
Well, all a person is, when it really boils down to, is your actions versus your inactions. And see, I got my own theology going on here. I don't believe in objective morality. I don't believe in objective truth. I don't believe in objective reality. There is no reality outside of a consciousness that observes that reality. Now, there are meta levels to consciousness, though. When I say consciousness, people will first automatically think just human consciousness. But if you dig deeper into that, you can extend that to animal consciousness. But it goes even further. Consciousness goes further than that. Way deeper. It goes so deep, it goes into the very fundamental fabric of reality itself. It goes into the atoms, it goes into the quantas, and it goes into the voids. Reality is homogeneously saturated with consciousness through the unity within the dark and the light, of which we are all. We are all the expression of the dark light. See, my name, Dark Light, it's not just me. It's just a reminder. Everyone and everything is the dark light. So essentially, when I'm calling myself the dark light, I'm just calling myself all that is. As are we all.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be giving y'all the reflection question.
Do them things.
When I say I'm fine, what am I actually managing beneath the surface? Going back to the example I gave you earlier, that I realized a long time ago that we're not even really talking to each other anymore. And the proof is when we say, hey, how you doing? Don't nobody really want to know how you doing. You know?
Platitude. People say is polite. I say is quite rude. Platitude is entirely fucking rude. If you do not give a fuck, do not act like you give a fuck. Why put on this false social construct of a mask? Why? I don't get it. Personally. Around me, save your goddamn platitudes. I don't want none. That ain't for me. That ain't my sauce. Jalapeno.
Our head of community said we need to just start saying, nice to see you. Hey, nice to see you. Oh, dang, look at her. Meeting.
I say the same thing all the time. That's just my dealio. I say, what up, you beautiful motherfuckers? What up, you beautiful motherfuckers? To all of creation. Now, see, obviously, God made me this beautiful. God made me look like this. and I'm so fine. Yeah. Oh. So obviously, right? My mama told me so. What are you talking about? Are you calling my mama a liar? You fuck ass honkies.
That's what that is hilarious. So it's like when I say I'm fine, what am I actually managing beneath the surface? We have these words that we say. We have these shortcuts that we say. So someone says, hey, how are you? I'm fine. How are you holding up with all of this? I'm fine. You know, how are you dealing with it? I'm fine. What are you actually managing beneath that I'm fine? Like what I start challenging people to do.
Most people don't have the courage to step outside of the typical socially acceptable answers. Most people don't have that courage, but I implore you to find that courage. You will feel better. I mean, instead of responding to a platitude with the platitude, you know how you fuck a platitude right the fuck on up? You know how? You fucking throw some goddamn raw ass truth at that shit. How are you? I thought about shooting my fucking head off earlier this morning, but then I saw you, and now I'm really trying to not shoot my head off. Or whatever it is. How are you? Dude, I'm doing so motherfucking good that I just wish the world could get some of this. How are you? You know what? Since I got my dogs, I'm fucking amazing. How are you? Man, I am shitting bricks because I got to drive on a suspended license, constantly worried about getting human trafficked for exercising a constitutional right to travel. That's how the fuck I'm doing. I'm. How are you? I'm fucking. I got this court date coming up where I might do some fucking time, and I'm worried about my goddamn dogs. That's how I'm doing. Now, that's just some raw ass honesty. I don't. That's just me though. That's how I like to roll with it.
Is when you use "I'm fine" is finish the sentence. You're fine with what? That's a good exercise. So next time you catch yourself saying "I'm fine," I'm fine with what? Next time you use no.
I'm fine for days, motherfucker.
No, it's okay. What is okay? You know, I got people all in my inboxes a lot of times.
You gotta be more specific.
Trying to holler at your boy, and I'm a married man, and I tell people, listen, you don't want to be with me. I aggravate the hell out of my wife. I promise you don't want to be. You don't want to be with me.
The reality is not nearly as fun as the fantasy.
Let me tell you something. I'm aggravating as fuck. Like in real.
Do yourself a favor and keep living in that fantasy of me. I would hate to ruin it with the goddamn reality of me.
Real life. Because I am who I am. The stuff I talk about.
Goddamn straight.
My goodness. So one of the things that in the early stages of our marriages, I know I drove this woman crazy. Because anytime she would talk to me using pronouns, I'd say, you got to replace that pronoun. I have to know. Because here's something that we often do when we're talking to people. We use these pronouns, but we don't define them. You know? It's over there. What is over there?
Even further, what is over where?
Well, they think this. Who is they?
And what is this? We need to get more specific, Jalapeno.
You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll be there in a minute. Exactly who is we? You know? And, I'm making jokes.
And I know you're lying when you say a fucking minute. You know, give me something more exact. About 18 minutes. Oh, okay. I know you ain't going to be there in a fucking minute. Here in about an hour and a half. Okay. Oh, that's probably more accurate.
Out of it, but I want you to know it's like we do it a lot. Have you ever
I think what he's going for here is just trying to paint more exacting accuracy. You know? Because that's a small exercise of when you start extrapolating accuracy into your speech, then that will compound and snowball into everything you do. That's just a small exercise of multiplying accuracy, is what I'm getting out of that.
Started a thought in your mind, and then you finished it out loud, and so you're expecting the other person to know the first part of the thought when they didn't hear that shit. They're not in your mind with you. And so you're like, no, it's clear. The context is clear. No, the context is here. It's trapped up in here. You didn't bring it out. So, but it's establishing. Oh, I like that. That is funny. That is funny. Oh, damn. Y'all got to stop, man. That's too much. But it's so...
I was there during the live. You can see my comments popping up over here. Honestly, we had so much fun during this live here. I'm like, I got to do a little reaction to this. I shared this live and everything. Durante has become my favorite atheist. I'm not afraid to admit it. Scoot the fuck over, Alex O'Connor. Fucking Durante's here, motherfucker. Alex is cool, man, but God, I can't relate to him. Like, Alex O'Connor was my favorite atheist for a while, but I tell you what, Alex O'Connor has never once replied to my comments. And my narcissism does not like that. There are some channels that I still watch who have never once replied to my comments, but few, but there's few. But not only that, though, he never cusses, and he actually blocked and banned me a couple times for dropping some classless heathen bullshit, which is how I roll. I identify as a classless heathen. See, class is overrated, dude. Class is motherfucking overrated. And if you are very perceptive, you will notice that those that hide behind the mask of class, okay, because that is a mask of class, those who hide behind that often are hiding for a reason. They are hiding some horrific fucking shit behind that falsehood of a mask that they call class. Okay? And when you just throw that shit the fuck on out, God damn, it's a weight off your shoulder, man. Like, you don't gotta hide. Like, what's up? Let's do this goddamn thing.
I love pronouns as a writer, as an author. But they too can become substitutes in our own lives because it's so easy to just put a pronoun there. Well, they are really frustrating me right now. Who is they? And the reason is so important to allow yourself to unpack that.
And exactly what about it is frustrating you? The situation, the event of the theyness. What is it? I got you, bro, and I hear you. And I'm not acting like I've been right there with you the whole time. Like, that's a you thing, and that's a you thing for a reason. But you just brought this to my attention a little bit. Amplified the awareness of that. Of that what? Okay. Amplified my awareness of the utility of painting the descriptors with more clarifying exactness. Okay. All right. See? There's something to it. I like it.
Because you may be treating everybody like they, and it's really specific people. So who are the specific people that are doing this? Like, when people come to me, I'm like, Durante, it's the people at the top. They just trying to control you, and they blocking this. How do you know them? Who are they?
Which people? There's all kinds of different people, and not only that, which top? There's all kinds of different tops. And what I mean by that is there's meta levels to everything. So what you are possibly thinking of as the top might not even nearly be close to the actual top. And you'll never know till you dive deep.
And if you're not close enough to define the pronoun, I can't trust your judgment on it, player. You're too far from it.
Mm.
There's no they there, right? Oh, I love that. Damn, that's gold.
That was mine. That's I had a couple bars in here that he read out, and that was a play on Obama's "There's no there there," but it's "There's no they there." Did a little switcheroony on it.
There's no they there. Next reflection question. What am I asking crowds to give me that only circles can? You know? And think about that. Were you seeking identity, validation?
I'm not going to ruin it or step on it. I have the best answer for this question. You done fucked up, Big D. Yeah, okay. I'm 40 years old, about working on 41. But I still got a childish streak in me, y'all. What's up? I don't give a flying fuck. Let's go. Just stay tuned. Just give it a second. You'll see.
Direction or meaning from large groups or institutions. How has that worked for you, and where has it fallen short? That was that was a good one for me. Is like I was expecting, and that's a part of being a pastor. I was expecting to be validated by the crowd. I was expecting my identity to be concretized by the crowd.
Well, see, the culture of religion is a culture of submission. Expected, explicit submission to the broken theology of Abraham in that particular instance, but the Abrahamic religions is not the only instance in which this phenomena of submission can be observed. No. So you can take religion completely out the picture and still observe this exact same phenomenon within all different circles of life, with all different affiliations. On the left, on the right, all over. Yeah, I know it's harder to find the right people that are not religious, but they're there. Don't fool yourself. The non-religious people on the right do exist, and the religious people on the left do exist. See, this is part of the divisions, the division protocols that is being imposed upon society. It's the divide and conquer protocols. And wouldn't it just be so easy if you could say with near perfect accuracy that any liberal leftist is inherently an atheist, and any fucking Republican fucking conservative is inherently religious? It would be so simple to just say that, but that does not reflect what we observe. Life is more nuanced than that. See, I called this shit, dude. When Trump first got fucking elected, I'm like, dude, the elites. I know that's not quite specific enough, Durante, and I need to work on that. I need to work on a better, more exacting label besides the elites, because that's still kind of ominous, not nearly specific enough. I'll be working on that, Durante. I need to dig deep on that one, because there's something there. Oh yeah, there is power to calling something by name instead of just a vague label. There is power to that.
I was expecting my direction and my meaning to be validated by the crowd. And that leads, at least for me, into a world of where I was constantly frustrated, constantly stressed, constantly overwhelmed, because I'm expecting something from the crowd that it really can't give. Now, I'm not going to say everybody needs to do this, but when I shifted my life to start focusing on circles, my circle got so damn small, that bitch became a period. You get it? Yeah, my circle became a period. Me. Dot. That's it. You know? But that period, y'all are, like, seriously, y'all are cracking me up, man. That period did something for me that was necessary. And that allowed me to pull my identity, my validation, my direction.
It allows you to save your energy, to stop that entropy of energy leakage. Because our energy is finite. Our time is finite. Yeah. And that's the question. That is the true thing that people vote with, and they don't even fucking realize it. They think that just going to a ballot box once every 2 years or so, they think that's how they vote. You dumb motherfuckers. That is not how you vote. You vote every single second of every single day with the most valuable and important commodity you have, you fuck ass honkies, your time. Yes. And see, money is just a representation of time. So to extrapolate it, one of the next most important things that you vote with is your money. And those two are tied together because, for one, you choose how you spend your time to make money, and then you choose how you spend your money. Okay? And that are the things that you truly vote with, you fuck ass honkies. If you think you're voting with anything else, you are a fucktard. You're a full-on floundering cog in the machine. You are a tool that is being used. If you think that the only vote of yours that matters is going to a little government agency and checking a box every couple years, that's what they want you to think. Just check this little box right here, and then you just go back to doing the same old. Okay, see, no, it's every single second of every single day. That is what we vote with. Okay, and what directs this vote is our thoughts and our beliefs, which culminate into that which truly matters is our actions. So and honest, okay, so if we have to evaluate those three things: time, money, actions. Okay, so I would actually invert that order if we're ranking from priority, and for ranking in importance. Whoop. We got actions, time, money. Okay? That is the most important things that we vote with. You vote with your actions. Your actions are the culmination. Your actions are the product of your thoughts and beliefs. So your actions, what you do every day, that is the vote. That is the product which is being coveted by the elites. I know it's too vague. I know I got to get more specific up in it. I know, but let's break that down. Okay, so the most valuable thing is our minds. It is our thoughts and actions which create, or is our thoughts and beliefs which creates our actions. That is where true value lies, is in our minds. Value is only relevant to a conscious awareness. Okay, truth, reality, morality is entirely subjective to the consciousness observing and empowering it. Without that consciousness, then those things do not matter whatsoever. Okay, I'll let you have it, D. Sorry. I was just rolling with it.
And my meaning from myself. So now, because of that, guess what? I'm one of the hardest people in the world to control. Oh man, you can't. You can't control me. I'm not very easy to manipulate. I used to be like, oh man, I think that's why I'm not easy to manipulate now.
But I got better. Me too, man. Me too. I hear you. It's live and learn. Man. But not everyone learns. Everyone lives, but not everyone learns. Well, everyone learns something. So that's not entirely accurate to say not everyone learns, but there are meta levels of learning. There are meta levels in all things. Yeah. Yeah, and that kind of traces back to the value of our minds, of our thoughts and beliefs, which result in our actions. And learning is like the wild card in there. Okay. All right.
Because I used to be so easy to manipulate, and I was so easy to manipulate because I was constantly doubting my skepticism. I had someone reach out to me.
I was skeptical of my skepticism.
Maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. Now let me clarify. First, they didn't reach out to me. I had someone who apparently think there's somebody, and so they called themselves lecturing me.
I almost lost it.
Facebook post. And I don't know if any of you know me. I am not a 16-year-old.
Oh, okay, so what I was laughing about earlier, I can't remember if he reads it or not, but when Durante was talking about what can a crowd give that the circle can't? Okay, and my answer to that was jerks. Circle jerks. The crowd can give jerks too, but that's a crowd jerk, which is different from a circle jerk, goddammit. I'm from Florida, y'all. I'm from Florida.
So I don't do Facebook conversations. People who follow me on Facebook, they now know that. I let people know, like, hey, I have 4 kids, so I'm not going to be on here talking every day. And that's, okay, I got to say it, that's something that started concerning me. Because I'm like, damn, I kind of feel like a lot of people I was coming across for like a whole year, the only thing they wanted to do was just be on social media picking at other people. And I'm like, oh, I'm a grown up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right? 79-year-old, 16-year-old, either. Right? Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not about to do this all damn day with y'all. So you don't even see stuff like that on my page. I don't engage people there. If you want to have a conversation with me, you message me, and I'll ignore it there. So, but this person, who is a name in the secular community, decided that they were going to leave a long message under one of my posts, giving their thoughts about their opinions on me and what they think that I should do. And of course, I had to politely, immediately remove that shit off my page. Don't be cluttering my page with your bullshit. And then number 2, message them and say,
don't be spamming your limitations all up in my goddamn atmosphere.
Hey, you and I have never had a conversation before. We don't know each other. So I don't even know why you think it was appropriate to do that.
Yeah.
You will hear me say stuff like this a lot. You are a fucking stranger in my life.
See, and I was thinking about that, and I don't know who that person was, but anytime someone does that, they are attempting to impose their perceived limitations upon you. That's exactly what that is. I don't know who it was or what the dealio was, but none of that matters. All that matters is realizing that, hey, this person is trying to push their limitations on me, and you have the choice to accept that or reject that. See, we are co-creators of our own world. Okay, we don't have 100% exacting control over our world, but we have a very strong influence over our world. And influence can be multiplied. And influence can be strengthened. Now, nothing within the observable reality is 100%. Ask the Heisenberg uncertainty principle.
Behave accordingly. The World Health Organization. Oh, man.
Fuck those motherfuckers. That's the they right there. I think this person was answering who is the they. Yeah, the elites. That's part of the they right there for goddamn sure. Okay, this is very Orwellian. 1984. The World Health Organization is actually the World Sickness Organization. And same thing with this Board of Peace drawn up by Trump. That is a board of war, okay? How can you take any motherfucker seriously that just got done trying to start 4 fucking wars and is still in the process? How can you take someone seriously who is talking about peace, who just got done invading a foreign country and removing their sovereign leader? And they want to talk about the Board of Peace. And the sad thing is, a lot of dumb motherfuckers are going to fall for that.
Yeah, like I can't do it, man. Like I can't do it. So the big point is now that I don't get my validation from the crowd, I really don't give a fuck about what the crowd thinks. I don't give a fuck about what anybody else thinks I should be doing. I don't give a fuck about how anybody else thinks I should be living my life.
See, for those that don't know Durante, which most of the people that watch my videos will absolutely know who Durante is, but if you don't know, he was big up in some of these other well-known atheist channels. He was on The Line, which is Matt Dillahunty's call-in show. I think he made some appearances on The Atheist Experience. I called into those a couple times. I didn't like them. They weren't trying to have honest intellectual conversations. They really weren't. They're just trying to get they're trying to clip farm their hit pieces of theists. You know, they're really not trying to have, most of them, okay? And just the format that it's set up in, you got a whole line of people calling in, and they don't have time to get into it with you. Now, I will say there are exceptions, okay? Justin from, what is it, the Deconstruction Zone, I do believe. Justin, that motherfucker will get into it with you. He's not in a rush. He likes wafting in it and uncovering every little fucking stone. He ain't trying to rush through his calls. I like Justin. And also, Brooklyn Lou the Skeptic. He takes all comers and he's trying to have real intellectual conversations. So there are definitely some good atheist channels out there. Now, I really appreciate the atheistic perspective. I really appreciate their skepticism and their criticism and their arguments. I do. I appreciate that. Pagans and atheists is my niggas. Them's the people I like to hang out with. Pagans just know how to have fun. Atheists like to have fun. Not all of them, of course. Not all are created equal. Not all of any one demographic is homogenous, for goddamn sure. Which is good. We need our variety. But I'm just saying, in general, of course, every now and then you'll find a fun Christian. Sure. Okay. And I really haven't had much experience with Muslims. I've hung out. One of my mom's best friends was a Jewish dude. He was a drug dealer. I used to house sit his house for him when he went on cross country drug runs. You know, make sure his house stayed safe while he was gone. He was cool. Ain't gonna throw no names out, but he was cool as shit. Yeah.
How I should be checking other people when they cross my boundaries, and the fact that there are secular community, people in the secular community who think that that's appropriate, lets me know that many of these motherfuckers are no different than religious nutcases. And this is why they out here just talking about balls all the damn time. You know, well, see, that's exactly what we're talking about. I'm glad you said. He said, "Well, you are a public speaker. Everyone is going to think they have some type of connection to you as well." That's the problem. Being a public speaker doesn't equal knowing somebody. You see the disconnect there? Saw the pun?
Well, see, the thing is, people that watch you, you know, they get a sense of you and they think that they know you. They don't know you, but I mean, that they watch you. But the thing is, you don't watch them. You don't know who they are in most of the cases, you know. But even if it was equal, you know, watching content for content, that's still not knowing a person. That is just being familiar with their perceived projections is all.
You see the disconnect? Someone being an artist doesn't mean you know them. Someone being the president doesn't mean you know them. And that's what we're talking about. Access doesn't equal intimacy. visibility doesn't equal validation. Damn, this is good. And so it's like, I expect the children to behave like children. I expect the religious people to behave like children. I don't expect the people who are critiquing and criticizing the religious people to act like children, because then that demonstrates to me that you don't actually have a problem with the harm that's being caused. You just have a problem because it's a different team. And at that moment, you're not motivated by goodness. You're motivated by tribalism.
Yeah.
Whoosh. And that's like, because at some point you got to ask yourself, how does the community exist this long and still be this unhealthy?
Fair question.
Come on now, what you say? That's it. That's it. You're not wrong. Who said that? That had to be Dark Light. That had to be Dark Light. Let me get over here and get my old man eyes on. Yep, I knew it. See, thank you. And I'm glad you put this in here, Dark, because I want other people to understand this. It was almost 2 months before Big D responded to my Facebook message. When he did, he's like, look, bro, I'm busy building my shit. I got things going on. Don't got time for small talk. But I do not be lying, y'all. I do not be lying.
Now, from most people, I wouldn't believe that if someone told me that, okay? If someone responded to me that, I'm like, motherfucker, just tell me to fuck off. But the thing is, I watch a lot of Durante's content. You know, I have been ever since he came on to the Daily Atheist Morning Show, and I could see, you know, I could see the work he was putting in, and still is. You know, Durante is prolific, and my favorite thing about Durante, why he became my favorite atheist, is because he talks about effective things. It's like important squared. Because importance can have a tendency to fall flat if there's not a plan of action, if there's not a progression, an evolution of perception. Durante is one of the most effective atheists that I've seen, really.
But Dark Light, he's constantly supporting my stuff. We talk every now and then through mild chat. He'll send me something. I'll respond like 5 weeks later with a heart on it. He's on our campus now. And then the good thing is he get to pop up in meetings every now and then, you know?
Let's do it again.
Yes.
It was fun.
That's right. We eating kitchen and you want a blowjob? Like, what? Hey, slow it down. Let's get to know each other, you know? Tickle my toes first now. Now let me stop. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. I'm going to wrap this up, y'all. Like, I was about to say, I got 15 pages of notes. No, I biggie sized it. Let me tell y'all how blind I am. Trolls do live under bridges, though. I have definitely seen a lot of that.
I'm one of them. I'm one of them. But the thing is, I'm a troll with a code. I'm a troll with the code. I only get sideways if someone comes at me sideways, you know? Well, that's not true. That's not entirely true. As far as atheists are concerned, that's true. As far as followers of Abraham are concerned, well, that's true also. But see, the thing is, inherently, because of their scriptures and dogmas, inherently they come at anyone who does not capitulate to their scriptures sideways. So yeah. When I go into followers of Abraham's chat, I usually come in hot. I come in hot with the followers of Abraham are a blood cult of sin worshippers. Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah are desert war god of hypocrisy. I'm a non-Abrahamic true monotheist. Fuck yo couch, motherfuckers. I come in a little hot to followers of Abraham chat rooms. I do. But see, now, atheist chats is different. You know, I'll just go in, but sometimes I'll just pop into certain rooms and they'll just jump my shit, at which point, let's go. I got a army of burner accounts for a reason. See, if you consider yourself a troll, all right, and you don't have Man, I'm going to say at bare minimum 3 to 5 burner accounts. If you don't have a handful of burner accounts, and it's really nice to have at least 10, you know? If you could have 20 to 50, now you're really rocking. And when those really come in handy is when someone tries to unjustly silence you. See, now, if the owner of a channel or owner of a YouTube channel, if they tell me to fuck off, I will fuck off. But the thing is, when there's a bitch ass moderator that just wants to pop out of nowhere and silence me because they didn't like something I said, nah, nigga, nah, you got me fucked up. I'll be back. I'll be back. And then I'll be back again. And then I'll be back again and be like, wugga, bugga, 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 nickel. Wugga, bugga, nickel. I can get my troll on. I can. And see, the thing is, when you're building bridges, you gotta have trolls. See, me, I'm a troll king. I don't mind trolls in my chat. I wish I had more trolls in my chat. I mean, I haven't had a live stream in a long time, but trolls are welcome around me, dude. I will out troll a motherfucking troll. Trolls don't bother me. Trolls make me crack up, actually. But see, not all trolls are created equal. Not all trolls are created equal. Not all atheists are created equal. Not all theists are created equal.
This is how blind I am. Like, so I got my notes on my little laptop right here. I have to biggie size my notes to like 15 font, 15 and 16 font in order to read this without having to go down here every time and look like I'm giving a blowjob. I don't want to be doing that the whole time. What are you doing down there? And I'm not kink shaming.
Don't be getting no ideas now. Someone's going to clip that, Durante. Someone's going to clip that, and they're going to have some special fun time to that later on, Durante. And I know you're cool with that. It's like what you do in the privacy of your own home. As an adult, that's on you. Have fun. Enjoy it. I hope someone does clip that.
Shaming, whatever you do for fun, I'm in for it. Speaking of biggie. Oh, man. And in his last reflection question, if I'm being honest, what is it costing me to stay where I am relationally? And that's a good landing question. If I'm being honest, and I want you to kind of like think about your state of connection. You don't have to use you don't have to use the way that I look at connection to to define how healthy your state of connection is, right? But based on you living your life, you going through your lived experience, based on where you are right now, how would you measure your state of connection? Do you have healthy connections? Do your connections feed you? Are your connections, do you have the type of connections that you can lean on when you need support? Whether it's emotional support or tangible support. What is the state of your connection right now, right?
Because that's the thing right there. True fucking brotherhood, man. True brotherhood. This is the thing that has been under assault for 100 years. Is our brotherhood, is the unity, is the family unit, is any bond, any naturalistic, familial, or sincere friend bond has been under assault. But why is that? And I do have a theory. That is so that they, them, their, some of which might be in the WHO, they want the state to be the only bond. They want the state to be the only perceived brotherhood. Because the biggest threat to a tyrannical, authoritarian state is true brotherhood, is a true family bond. See, the bond between a true love bond between man and woman has been under assault for 100 years. And we have seen the effect of that in our society. The majority of families are broken families. For sure. I mean, it was for me. My mom was a single mom raising 3 kids by herself. So I never had a example of what a healthy relationship looked like. And I had to realize that about myself. I realized my picker was broken. I kept picking girls that did not appreciate me. I kept picking girls that I loved them like crazy, and just it wasn't reciprocated. And I got to a point, I'm like, fuck this bullshit. Fuck it. I would rather be goddamn alone than waste another fucking minute with a bitch that don't appreciate me. And that's the point. That's where they want us, is alone and separated and isolated from true connection and true brotherhood. They, them, there. The WHO. And I'm going to dig deep on that one, Durante. That is a string that deserves some pulling on right there. And it's about time I really get deep into that one. Yeah. Okay.
And once you kind of diagnose that or kind of unpack that for yourself, the next question is, okay, what is it costing me for it to stay like this? And I find damn, this is good.
Now, in the comment section over here, this account that says "I shall win" one, that dude was in the circle community gathering. Online it was that was part of Durante's community that he's trying to build. This guy, he's a young dude. He's recently atheist, and he was there. He's a cool dude. I do forget his name. I don't want to misquote it. I think it might be 80% on what his name is, but I don't want to misquote it. But he was cool, and I hope to see him there again. And I've been looking for the next live. I enjoyed my time there. Almost wish I probably could have recorded that. Well, we'll see. To me, okay, all making content is having good conversations. Okay, and when you're a content creator, you don't want to waste a good conversation, and a good conversation is wasted if it's not recorded, in my perception. Because memories fade, but that recording will last. The same reason why I like to record when I have my plant medicine sessions, because that recording will last. Anyway,
I find that that's really where motivation comes for change. That's where motivation comes to do better. Sometimes people don't realize how much not changing is costing them. Sometimes people don't realize how much not connecting is costing them. But if you can help people see the cost, like anytime you're going through like a rough time in life,
and that's bars, dude, because I'm one of those people. I'm one of them people that's been isolated, no brotherhood, no true community. I'm one of those people, and I'm not alone. There's a bunch of people out there like that, and that's some of the important work that Durante is doing, is providing an alternate community for people, for the lost in the wilderness, essentially. For the estranged from the broken society that is trying to engulf us. And that is actually one of the strongest defenses to resist and defy this broken culture, which is trying to engulf the world, is by creating alternate systems and establishments. And that is the best way to find it. Now, you got to be constantly vigilant, man, because the systems and establishments we have were originally alternate systems and establishments that were co-opted and manipulated and repurposed and reintegrated right back into tyranny. So we absolutely have to be ever vigilant of the tyranny so that it doesn't seep into the freedom systems that we create.
And that's what it is, because we're all going through a rough time right now. And I'm finding that we don't know how to deal with it. So anytime you're going through like this rough time, these rough time periods in life, that's a great time to start interrogating yourself and say, okay, now what is it costing me to stay here? And you're like, because you'll be stuck and like, I can't move, I can't get out of here, I don't know my way forward. And the way you find your way forward,
yeah, you
got a commercial? There should be no ads running. I always run my ads afterwards. I'm curious what the commercial was, though. But it's like, once you can answer the question of cost, you'll typically find the motivation to move. Once you realize, like, I've seen people stay in all types of jacked up situations until one day the light bulb hit, and it was just like, oh, this is costing me way too much. Oh, okay. This is costing me way too much. Not being connected is costing me way too much. That was something. Damn, I didn't plan to end it here, but this is where I'll end it at. And that was the reason. That was one of the driving factors to me starting to share my story and to get more active. You know, it was two things. One, reading A Letter to a Christian Nation by Sam Harris, where he said some things that for me, I was like, no, this man is absolutely right about a particular thing, and that was, which I've done a video on. If there was a comet headed or an asteroid headed to the planet and was going to wipe out half of the population, there's a significant amount of U.S. citizens who would actually believe that was Jesus coming back to get them, and that the government was lying to keep Jesus.
The rapture is upon us.
That's always the thing.
No, that's a meteoroid.
Man can always stop what God is.
No, that's an asteroid.
Weird. I don't want to go there, but it's
we're dying. Dying and going to heaven because I'm raptured, boy.
I was working on a startup at the time. And then I realized that, Durante, like, you've been out of a circle for so long that, bruh, nobody in your life actually knows you. So I realized I was working on a startup.
But then you got to ask the question, did anyone ever really... Did anyone ever really know me? No matter how much time you spend with someone, do you really know them? No matter how much time you spend with yourself, do you really know yourself? Do you ever surprise yourself? If you have ever surprised yourself, that is goddamn good indication that maybe you didn't know yourself as well as you thought you did. That could be shades of my what do they call it? What was the word? It could be shades of the old nihilism slipping in there.
And I was like, I can't build anything yet. I don't have a circle. And it wasn't just like I don't have people to work with. It's like I don't have people who would even want to work on this because I've been lost in the crowd for so long that I haven't.
And I'm going to harpen back to a lesson Durante had a week or two ago where he said family, true relationships, true family and true friends are the people who work with you in order to accomplish something. Not just something, anything. Well, I mean, there's meta levels to all things, right? But something truly meaningful. And I like that. I like that. How many of you have people that call themselves friends and family, but they're just kind of there, that they don't help, they don't contribute. They're just the crowd and not the circle, as Durante says. I'm pretty sure we've all experienced that. I'm pretty sure that's a common experience.
I've even been trying to find my circle. And so if you watch the video on my YouTube channel that talks about why I do this, it's for very selfish reasons. I'm trying to find my circle. I do this to find other people who say, you know what, I kind of like the cut of his jib. I don't know what a jib is, but I've always thought it was a dick. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. But, you know, you say...
I always thought it was just your threads. I always thought it was your style. But it very well could be the dick. Maybe it's the dick style. All right, I'm going to cut it off there. Durante's got damn near another half hour on this, and if I react to the whole thing, this will be like a 2-hour fucking thing, and people don't like watching stuff that long. And I got some yard work to do. I finally started picking up my goddamn yard. I finally started wanting to not feel like white trash. And the best way to not feel like white trash is to go out there and pick up the goddamn trash. So that's what I'm about to be doing. I'm close. I'm close to having it all picked up because I've been started on it. Got to get some fucking uh, tick granules to spread out. The ticks are starting to come out. Got to burn all these leaves off and shit. There's nothing I like more than a good fire. All right, hey, it was cool, man. Thanks for having me, Durante. I just had such a good time on the live today. I had to drop some reactions to it, and I hope I got some good points in along the way. All right, appreciate you rolling with me, homie, and I roll with you. Talking to Durante right there, and anyone else that rolls with me. I appreciate all you motherfuckers. I am the brightest night. I am the darkest light, and I am ascending, as are we all. The dark light is now upon you. Stay beautiful, motherfuckers.